Hello everyone, welcome to Atman Unleash Your Soul. Shubho Noboborsho, as it is also Bengali New Year. In my last to last video, which was about being your authentic self, one of the viewers commented that what are the practices that one can do to align with one's soul. Firstly, let us understand that why is it important to listen to one's higher self or inner calling or true purpose, or here if I can say that listening to your heart or listening to your soul. The reason why we need to align with our soul is that is our higher calling. Our higher self is a self of infinite intelligence which knows better than the mind. So when we lead such a life, at that point in time, we live a life in peace, we live a life in bliss and in harmony. So that is what should be the ultimate aim of our life, slowly and steadily to align with our soul. And we have to also understand that a life which is aligned with your soul tends to be more peaceful. Now let us delve into the practices that you can do to cultivate a life which is aligned to your soul. I would be discussing about 5 steps today, and I'll start from the most basic ones, the ones probably which many of you wouldn't even expect, and then in the end the difficult ones. So point number 1 is drink lots of water and have a healthy diet. I know that this sounds like an advice from a dietitian, but whenever you have processed food or food which is, way too oily, way too spicy, at that point in time, your mind, your body, your soul is not in alignment. Maybe you really like the food because of the taste buds and how it looks and things like that. But it is something which is not aligned with your soul. And I'm not talking about, giving up all these foods because you're not a monk, right? Giving up everything. But try, at least 5 days a week, try to follow a diet which is very, very simple. Drink a lot of water and keep yourself hydrated. That is point number 1. Point number 2 is to have enough sleep and to meditate. So both of these activities are believed to be portals to our higher existence or our higher consciousness. And in our higher consciousness, we can connect with our soul. And that is why these two things, adequate sleep and meditation, these two things are very important. Best sleep happens from 10 to 2. That is also something you need to keep in mind. So the sound sleep can only happen between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So try to manage your sleep cycle accordingly. The third practice is facing your innermost desires. Yes. So at times when you are living a reality which is far off from what actually makes you happy, that is the time when you are not in touch with what you actually and truly want. And oftentimes we don't even know because we have never tried to figure out what we want. So try to take a journal and note down all the things that you want. Make a wish list, and while making a wish list, don't listen to the opinions of others. Once you write these things down, these get very clear in your head and it is not muffled up anymore. Why it is important? That I am coming to later. That brings me to point number 4, which is reduce the noise. So when I talk about reducing the noise, I mean to say that curtail the opinions of others, because it's your life and you have to present the most authentic version of yourself. That is how you live in alignment. And reducing the noise is very, very important. What would it entail? It would entail reduction of your time in social media. It would entail not paying heed to opinions of people. not paying heed to naysayers, not paying heed to people who are very negative, who have a negative thought process. Because whatever you think becomes your reality. Now, if you keep indulging in the limiting beliefs which most people around us have, then you will not be able to live a life which is true to your purpose. Your family, your society, friends you have, people you hang out with, your colleagues, everybody can have their own version of what you should do or what you should want from life. But nothing of that will ever match with your inner self. And to listen to that, you have to reduce the noise. And at times, reducing the noise would also mean to isolate yourself. I have been in a situation where I have been in the same loop for more than half a decade. But when I decided to finally end the loop, when I decided to level up, when I decided to listen to my inner calling, I had to isolate myself, at least for the most part. And this is a very important process. Because if you don't reduce the noise, the inner voice will not be audible to you. Coming to point number 5, I told you I would save the most difficult one for the last, and that is observe what's affecting your energy. Observe what is no more aligned with you in your current circumstances and let it go. Remove people from your life whom you have outgrown. Avoid situations that drag you down. Draw a boundary. And it is a healthy one. I know it's going to be difficult, but if something doesn't serve you, if something doesn't allow you to follow your higher calling, no matter how good it is, it's not going to make you happy. And that is something which I can promise. Being stuck in a loop is the worst thing that you can do to yourself. Because once you become your authentic self, that is when you can serve the world better. Thanks for watching the video. If you have liked it, please do share and subscribe to my channel. Until next week, don't stop dreaming.